The US government screening for visa application has become stringent over the past few years. Proper documentation is pivotal for visa approval. It is a hard pill to swallow when after all the preparations and you are refused a visa. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you top 10 reasons why you get your visa approval refused. Please do not go away. Stay tuned right up to the end of this video. My name is Patty. Welcome back to my iSoul. Here I share videos on travel vlogs, business, and of course my lifestyle. Do not move an inch. Let's get started. The first reason why you get your visa rejected is documents that do not meet requirement. What do I mean by this? Lack of enough proof or related documents pertaining to the application. This also includes validity of your passport. So if you're applying for a visa, make sure you have at least 6 months validity on your passport, because there are people who tend to go in for the visa application when they have just 4 months validity on their passport, and they tend to see, or since they have so many pages on their passport, therefore the passport is valid. Always make sure your passport is at least 6 months valid before you go in for your visa application. Is incomplete or incorrect information on your visa application. I am talking about a DS-160 form. Providing incomplete or inaccurate information may lead to a visa denial. So make sure you provide all the information as same as in the travel document. Please always double check for spelling errors. Like I said, the DS-160 form is very, very important as it carries the bulk information of your visa application. It carries the core. It is the core of the visa application. So hence, if you make a mistake or you put in incomplete information, it's going to definitely affect your visa. Never leave any field empty on the DS-160 form. Misinterpretation of any information may cause the applicant inadmissible. 3. Criminal record of any kind. This is very important, and some people tend to underestimate this particular aspect. With any kind of criminal record, the chances of getting your US visa approved is very minimal. The US government has imposed strict screening procedures before issuing a visa to foreign citizens. So any kind of record of substance abuse or being involved in any kind of illegal activities such as money laundering, drugs, human abuse, weapon trafficking, or even being associated with any terrorist group that might pose a threat to country security can directly lead to your visa rejection. Number 4 is lack of financial means. You or your sponsor need to have enough money to prove that you can cover up for your trip. Because if you cannot prove and back up that you have enough money of proof of funds, it's going to lead automatically to your visa rejection. So you need to make sure that before going in for your visa application, this aspect has been taken care of. Failing to provide proof of funds or to show that you have enough money can lead to your visa rejection, even though you have all the rightful documents. So you want to make sure that your sponsor or yourself have enough money before you can embark on your visa application. The next is insufficient details showing your professional and social responsibilities. That is a proof of ties. Proof of ties. What are you showing that you're going to come back to? Remember, we are talking about the B1, B2 visa category. What shows that you need to visit the United States and go back to your home country? This needs to be ascertained. If you cannot show proof of funds, so if you cannot show proof of ties or responsibilities at your back home to your host country, then this can lead to your visa denial. Failing to provide solid documents proving strong ties in your home country, like ownership of any kind of business, ownership of land, family relationships, and also professional responsibility, for example, a letter from your employer, will lead to denial of your visitor's visa to the United States. The next is being overly confident during your visa interview. I have shared this in my previous video. I'm going to leave a link down in the description box below. This can lead to your visa denial. Where you carry yourself and your prowess can determine if the visa officer can issue your visa or not. Being too assertive on all aspects of the visa process or expressing extreme confidence of a visa approval during the interview can make you come off as presumptuous and arrogant. Please, you can come off as presumptuous and arrogant Being polite and informative during your interview is the best course of action to ensure your visa approval. Don't go there and you're like, oh, I've traveled to so many countries. I am confident you can ascertain that I'm a big man from my country. So I think you're going to give me the visa. No, it's going to be revoked. So you have to be polite, extremely polite in front of your visa officer. The next point is giving out too much information. I cannot overemphasize this. As you can expect, the visa officer is going to ask you questions, and the manner in which you answer these questions will determine if more questions will keep coming up or not. So you have to be very careful on how much information you give. The more information you give, the more questions they're going to pump or they're going to throw at you. So you have to be careful to answer your questions straight to the point and be precise. You don't want to give too much information because too much information comes with a lot of questions. And please, you do not want to find yourself going back and forth with your visa officer. So your response should be well thought out, but keep them concise and simple. You don't need to divulge irrelevant details that don't pertain directly to the inquiry, nor should you voluntarily give up information that isn't requested. Don't give out information that isn't requested, as this can lead to more questions or raise red flags and suspicion that would otherwise not have been risen if you had not been given so much information. You don't want to find yourself in this position. Please, guys, you don't want to. Okay, let's move. If you've watched up to this point, please, and you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please help support me grow. Thank you so much. All right, let's move to the next point. The next point is your travel history. Yes, this aspect is very, very important. Your travel history, it's so important, people, please. If you have a passport, you could explore other countries before applying for your visa application. There are so many visa-free countries in Africa or anywhere you are in the world. If your country permits you to visit or you have one or two places to visit, you can as well do that. In Cameroon, it said, try to disvirgin your passport. Hmm? So you can have travel history. This is so important because I have had the opportunity to mentor one or two persons that had their visas. And of course, they had rejections before. And two of these cases was travel history. Travel history. Have you traveled to any country before? You're like, no, I haven't traveled. So try, I know it is not easy, but if you have the means and the opportunity, you can travel to any visa-free country or any country so as to build up your travel history. This will convince the visa officer that you're coming to the United States. You are not coming here to stay. Remember, you're coming to visit and you are definitely going back to your home country. Disclaimer, please. I haven't said without a travel history, you should not apply for a US visa, please. But out of experience, travel history, it's so important for you to have that visa. So with little or lack of travel history can in effect affect your visa approval. Number 8 is social media information. I am going to be doing a detailed video on how your social media handles can affect your visa rejection. I'll be sharing this in a different video, so stay tuned for this. I always say social media can break you or it can make you. Your social media can lead to your visa rejection as well as can lead to your visa acceptance. For instance, if you are going in for your visa application, are you the vulgar type of person on social media? Are you on every blog insulting people? Are you everywhere sharing negative stuffs? Sharing stuffs on terrorism, violence, and all of that on your Instagram, on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on your TikTok? Please, if you are doing this, scrape it off. Yes, if you are doing this, scrape it off. Make sure your social media, what you share on social media should be positivity. Are you coming here? Because before you apply for your visa or when you apply for your visa, there is a background check. And while doing the background check, you'll be insulting this, you share videos on violence, you share terrorist acts and all of that. Of course, why would they give you a visa? Your visa is not going to be approved. Your visa cannot be approved because the same thing you are doing in your home country, you're going to bring it here, and they don't want it here. So be very careful on how you use social media, please. From your Instagram to your Facebook to your LinkedIn, everything, you want to make sure your page is clean before you go in for your visa application. With all of that violence and all of that going on, you can have your visa rejected. Number 9 is applying for the wrong kind of visa. USA has a lot of visa types. You want to make sure you are applying for the right visa. Don't just get excited. I'm like, oh, I want to travel to the United States. What are you traveling there for? You need to ascertain the type of visa you are going in for. If you want to see a video on a different type of US visa or the types you want to go in for, please drop a comment down below and say US visa type, US visa type, and I'm going to make a video on that. You want to make sure you're going in for the right visa type. Are you a student? Are you a visitor? For instance, you need to ascertain the type of visa you are going in for. If the type of visa doesn't match the purpose of your travel, definitely you will get your visa denied. The last reason is visa fraud. Some applicants are tempted to lie or to cover up certain facts by lying about a particular situation. They can lie about maybe having a family member here when asked, for example, do you have family members here in the United States? Simply say no if you do not have. Or they might lie by providing fake documentation, which can automatically lead to visa denial. Or they can also lie about their criminal background. So all of this can lead to visa denial instantly. We've come to the end of this video, family, and I hope this video is going to help someone to avoid these mistakes. You don't want to go anywhere because the next video I'm going to be sharing with you, okay, after your visa denial, what next? What should you do? How do you right the wrongs? Stay tuned for the part 2 of this video. Thank you so much. If you've watched up to this point, until my next one, bye bye.